Okay, so as the Black female who ran for office, I will tell you this, coming up to on what Wallace was saying, right, about the mindset shift. I saw this incredible graphic floating around on social media, and it had these sheep in this classroom, and on the wall was a picture of a wolf and a lion. I think the wolf was the Democratic Party, the lion was the Republicans. And the caption said, "Here we are in the room trying to figure out which one of these animals to allow to have us for lunch." That's basically what the decision came down to. And that was very accurate. But I will tell you, that being said, our greatest opposition in the beginning of the campaign came from the Black community. Mm-hmm. So there were a couple of barriers there we had to overcome. One we weren't really expecting. And I think it is this mindset of politics and politicians being our savior. Now, I'm talking about whether you're Black, no matter what people group you belong to, the first place you go wrong is setting any of these guys, myself included, up to be the savior.
That's right.
And I think that the Black community in general has opted for the Democratic Party as the savior. Now, you have maybe a figure like a Candace Owens who says, let's Blexit and go to the Republicans. Now, I'm like, that's going from what what is it? Jumping out of the pot to the frying pan. But I'll tell you what I felt like running last year. And this is not to glorify myself personally, but I think the metaphor makes sense here. When I think about a Harriet Tubman, thinking about how am I going to get out of this situation we're in, I imagine there were people saying to her, wait a minute now, listen, this master right here is not as bad as the other master. Mm-hmm. Why are you going to risk everything? You're going to get us all in trouble. We're going to follow you to where now? Where are we going? What's the plan? And that's what it sort of felt like. You hear the mindset that Jeff was saying is, listen, can we win? Can we win? And I think we have to have a radically different idea of what it means to win first before you're going to see a mindset shift. I think winning has been interchanged for settling. And I think that's what you're seeing amongst various people groups. Small business owners are settling. Mm-hmm. Farmers are settling for the Republican Party. Small business owners are settling for the Republican Party. Poor people are settling for the Democratic Party if they're finding the time to vote, right? Black people are settling for the Democratic Party. So I don't think we have a solution. I think we have false friends who show up at our doorsteps right in time for the election. Same for the Hispanic community. Suddenly we care about issues at the border and immigration right around that 4-year mark. But now we have to watch in these intermittent years to find out what an administration really cares about. And unfortunately, I think a majority of that time is going to be spent appeasing the corporations that got us in the office in the first place. I think that's what you're going to be seeing for the most part. Outside of the executive orders, which look good in the beginning, but many of them were memorandum. That's very different than actual legislation being passed.